Hello my dear crafters, welcome to my channel again. I was out for some time and but I wasn't stopped knitting. Then today I came with this lovely jumper which I made for my partner, and I wanted to make a review about how I made this jumper, what I knit, how I knitted, and I will tell you the little things which can be useful for you to use your own jumpers. As you know, or probably not yet, I don't believe in patterns very much, because I think we all are different shapes, different sized, we all have different gauge measurements, and I don't like the fact that for you to be able to knit something, you need to be to use the same kind of yarn, you need to get in the same gauge. I don't think that this is a thing which promote your creativity, and then that's why I like to understand how things works and make the knitting garments accordingly, the size, the shape of the person, with the yarn I like, with my own tension gauge, and that's why I think my approach is a little bit different. But if you like this approach, if you don't want to depend of the yarn, tension, pattern, if you want to understand how to create your own pieces with your own requirements, welcome here, and I will explain everything about this particular jumper for you. And let's start. Then what happens, my partner has a birthday this year, and he just said that he wants some very special jumper, and he sent me some pictures, and we was deciding together to make a jumper. I will put some pictures here on him. He is very happy, and he's very a complicated person to please. Then if you want my advice, if you want to make a present for your man or your child, just talk to them and choose the model they want, and choose the yarn they want, the colors they want, and you will see the happiest person. Don't try to knit something surprisingly, because when you spend so much work, so much effort, so much money on a yarn, and person then doesn't like the garment and doesn't use it, it will make you upset. I think so. Then my advice, I know it's not a surprise, but it's a very special thing you can make for your loved ones. Then that's what happened with me. He wanted some jumper with a large stripes, black and green. Unfortunately, this green I see now on my screen is not exactly the same color. The color is more like forest green. It's more kind of bluish shade I see, but the yarn itself is very beautiful shade. I don't know, maybe when I show you in skein, it will catch better the color. But basically what happens, he sent me some pictures what exactly like stripes or should be, like how large they are, and then he said that he don't want any the rib stitch here. He wanted the very small and quite large opener for his neck. Like basically he said me everything. I said that I will make the raglan top-down sweater because it's one of my favorite models, and it's easy, very easy to make, even for beginners. And then down on the sleeves and the top down bottom edge, I've done the same way, and I love this kind of edges, especially for the stockinette stitch, which like to go rolling. Then when you do this lovely double edge here, it looks amazing, and you can make it quite thin, small. You see, it's not large, but we have some certain what do you call it, coherence maybe this is the word. Anyway, this is very nice edges I didn't make them the same way, but I will talk about this later. But they look quite similar, and it's make a perfect harmony for the whole garment. Then I would like to start with a yarn. First thing I want to say, this is yarn I used for this jumper. Yes, this is the better presentation of color. Color is amazing. It has some little, like, they are not the same color. It's not like unicolor. It has some bluish tones here, lighter green, darker green, but in general, the green is quite dark and very, very beautiful shade. And I think for men is a perfect shade. Then here we have Drops Air, which is, let's see here, yarn group C, which means you will use needles 5 millimeters, and this is exactly needles I was using for my knitting. I don't care about tension because my gauge is always different, and I make all math accordingly my own gauge. And here we have 150 grams or 164 yards for 50 grams. Content is 65% alpaca, 28 polyamide, and 7% wool. Then what I can tell about this yarn, it's just amazing to work. It's very lightweight, and it's quite thick. And it's just, I loved this yarn, and now I'm thinking to make something for myself because it's lovely. Then I bought 6 skeins of each color, and I used basically minus than 3 of each because it's so light. And now I have 2 skeins of each. Then basically I used 400 grams for all jumper. Then colors are unicolor black, color 31, and green one is color number 19. Unicolor they say as well. And this is amazing wool you can use for any project. They have lot of colors. As you know, I buy all my yarn. I love to use Drops yarn because it's very high quality and they have a lot of nice colors. And I buy all my yarn on wool warehouse site. I talk about it in previous videos, but that's it. I don't have any affiliation. I think they doesn't have any affiliations, but I just love Drops yarn, and I always buy it there on their site. Talk about yarn. Then basically for this project, let's come back with the jumper. As I told, the jumper made from top down in a simple ragline shape. I have 2 or maybe more very detailed videos about top down ragline jumpers I make, and some of them even have information about how I do my counting, how I do my beautiful round neckline made for the perfect comfortable fit. Then what I've done different on this one, as my man doesn't have one of the best postures, then on the back side in the beginning, I think all these stripes here, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 stripes till I start working in the rounds down here on the body. I added here, I made additional rows. Then each of my stripes, because stripes had 14 rows each, rounds. I worked in rounds, 14 rounds, and then on each of these I using my short rows techniques, I added 2 more rows here in each of them, because when he used the jumper, it's always backside going up, You know, if your body lean forward a little bit, you need to think about this technique for perfect shape for some certain type of body. That's what I'm talking about, intelligent knitting, when you knit for certain type of body. Yeah, and that's why not all patterns just serve you, because you need to think about your own experience. Then I cast on here with my normal cast on. I made, I think, 8 rounds around, and then I fold my work some certain way, and after folding, I worked 1 row in purl stitches, because I like to make a nice line when I start. Then usually I work 1 row round, guys. Don't be bad with me, because it's a lot of things going on in my head now. Then my English will be terrible, but I just want you to understand what I'm talking about, and I want you to make your lovely garments with me. Then I like to make one round in the pearls, because it creates nice line, and you can see it very well on this dark fluffy yarn, but that's what's going on here. Then for this part, I used slightly smaller needles, as I was working all jumper in 5mm needles. Here I was using 4.5mm needles. Then I fold. I've done 1 purl, and then I change my color. I've done 1 round around in knit stitches, and placed my markers for the raglan lines. My raglan line is 1 stitch, and I was doing my increases in every second round as usual. You can see in other videos I was increasing with yarn overs. This is my favorite method, because this is very easy to make when and you don't lose your count, because in 1 round you will do your yarn overs, and in 2nd round you just knit your yarn overs twisted, and that's how you work, and you never lose any round with increases. Then I create the nice beautiful neckline to make your jumper higher on back side, and I made it with my short rows. I have very detailed video about neckline. You can find it on my channel. I probably will leave the link in description as well. Then just open description and see if you find the videos which can help you. If you need me to make video, because I made a video on my Russian channel about this part here, if you want to watch it, I will leave the link as well. Or if you want me to translate and make this in English, I can probably leave it as well for you. Then after this, I was working for my neckline with the short rows, going in backwards till I came here and start working in the rounds, continue my increases all the time. Then I as I said, on the back stripe, I was doing a couple of additional rows for the good fitting. I made my counts that front and back had in the final the same quantity of stitches. Then, but if you need, like, for example, for big bust, if you're doing a female version and have a big bust, you can leave always more stitches on the front, and you can make the same additional rows for your bust, and we can talk about it in different videos if you are interested to know more about how model your own pieces and what techniques you can use, because it's very interesting, and it's not so difficult. After you understand, you can use all your creativity and create your own pieces and not depending of patterns and yarns and etc. Then here I've done my stripes. I didn't start them immediately. That's why here you have behind quite a big section in a green yarn, but it's because I was creating my neckline. When I create neckline, I've done here like around, don't know how many rounds. You see, it's all up to you. And then after this I changed my yarn, and I was going like this. Every 14 rounds I was changing the yarn. I finished here. I came on this underarm, and then I separate my work. I left my sleeves on scrap yarn and continue working on the body, just working straight for necessarily for lengths I need. And then here I change my needles again for the smaller ones. In my case was a ½ millimeter smaller. I've done again one round in purl stitches, and then when I was doing my purl stitches I made some decreases here because we don't want the bottom part of our jumper being like a little skirt, which can happen. I think I was doing 5 knit stitches, and 6 and 7 stitch I was knitting together or purling together. I just can't remember. I probably can find it on the sleeve. Yes, on the sleeve. I don't know if you can see here my 2 stitches I purled together, and that will be each 6. 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, each 6 I was doing together with the 7s, but your increases can be different, but I just recommend you to do some decreases for this edge be nice and snug on your arm. See, and look perfect. That's the thing I wanted to tell you. Basically the rest is all the same of my other jumpers. Here I've done 3 decreases in each second row, and after this I was just working in the rounds, making decreases in each I don't remember 12s, I think. Let me count. Or 10s, each 10s. I don't remember, guys, because I've done other things already. Yes, I think it was 7th or 8th round, but this you make your own math. You need to see how long is your sleeve and how straight you want it in the end, and then you just count your algorithm of decreases, because it will all depend of your tension of your yarn and needles you use, because you see here how large you want here, and then on top of your arm you see the difference, and then accordingly you swatch and gauge. You count how many rows you need to do for a whole sleeve, and then you just see how many stitches you need to increase. Yes, and then you will see with how many rounds you need to do between these decreases. I hope this is understandable, and basically that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you need me to explain these other techniques in the shorter videos, just let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you again on my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again. Bye bye.